Nobody likes getting tripped up by rocks and roots on their way up the mountain. Luckily, we've got Cindy Abbott with us today. She's a national champion rider and an IMBA certified mountain bike instructor who's going to teach us how to get over some of the obstacles we find on the trail. So how do you start getting over obstacles on the trail?
So there's actually two very important things to differentiate here. You need to focus on lifting your front wheel as well as your rear wheel over obstacles.
So starting with the front wheel, how do you get that up and over?
So with the front wheel, there are 4 important points with that. First is initiating the power to do the power stroke in the wheelie to get that front wheel up. So you want to get your dominant foot in a 2 o'clock position in the pedals and just push down really quickly, what we call throttling the bike. It's a quick pedal stroke. You'll feel the bike pop up. Secondly, you want to have your finger on the rear brake because it will feel a little bit uncomfortable at times and a little scary. You just press that brake and it'll pop your front wheel right back down to the ground. Third, your body position is important. For you to maintain balance on the bike, you want to extend your arms a little bit back, still leaving a slight bend to get your weight and your hips distributed back on the bike for better balance. And fourth is just timing and practice. You need to continue to practice this so that you can get better at it, taking it off of the trail and actually starting in an open field or on the road, and then bringing it to the trail and moving on to bigger, better obstacles.
All right, we've got the front wheel over the obstacle. How do we get the rear wheel over?
So you've got 2 options with the rear wheel lift. Number 1 is unweighting the rear wheel. Number 2 is doing a claw, where you're actually using your legs to lift the rear of the bike up and over.
So with the simple unweighting, how does that work?
So first, you need to be in a crouched position where you're out of your saddle, your knees are bent. And second, you need to move your body forward and down. So you want your chest to be low over the bars in more of an attack position. And by doing that, it's going to unweight the rear of the wheel so it can go over an obstacle unhindered.
Okay, so you basically just move from weight back to weight forward.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep.
So the second option, the claw, how does that work?
So with a claw, what you're doing is you're using your legs to force the rear of the bike up. Essentially what you're doing is you're having your toes down and your heel pointed to the sky and you're clawing back behind you at the pedal. It could work with clipless pedals or with platform pedals.
Well, here we are at the trail. Want to give it a shot?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.